Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of SevTech. How are you guys doing today? How's life? Today is relatively a great day because we're going to have a smeltery and I just came here to gather some lava. Oh, my horse is over there! You were hiding in the grass. You idiot. I wanted you to be free, but apparently you don't deserve it. Anyhow, in between the episodes I did make myself a crazy amount of seared bricks. This is not all of it, we have more. And now we're going to start by making a seared furnace. Because unfortunately our previous system was not really working. And I think we can just put the tank in the back? Right? This is really the confusing part. I think it has to be on the corner block. Yes, it does. Now it works. So now if I want to cook food, it's going to be super fast. Also the carrots. The only problem is that it's going to require a lot of lava and we don't have a means of generating lava. To be honest, this is going to be extremely useful because we can cook everything. Now I'm thinking we should have made it much bigger. For the smeltery itself, I think we should go with a 5x5. I ran out of seared bricks. Okay, we're good. And the reason that I'm saying that the base should be a 5x5 is that because it will give us a far bigger capacity. Because the way that a smeltery consumes fuel is that it does not really matter how many items are inside, it just consumes the same amount of fuel for how many items you can put inside. So in this way we're going to save on fuel. And this is literally the last of our seared bricks. I think we can make it 3 high. Maybe? Can I go 4? Yes, we can make it 4 high. That's really good. And the first thing that we're going to smelt in our brand new smeltery is gold. And that's the entire capacity. Okay, it's not much. You see, it only consumed 150 millibuckets. If you put one item in, it would consume 150 millibuckets. If you put 1000 in, it's still gonna consume the same amount. So the bigger we make it, I think it's going to be much better. So let us start by making some ingot casts. The reason that I'm crafting stuff over here is because that stupid thing is very loud. But the thing is, we're also going to need a lot of gears, and I was thinking maybe it makes sense to make some gear casts. You cannot make it out of wood, so I had to make it out of stone. There was always a recipe that you could convert stone into seared stone and cast it out. It seems it's disabled, so if I want to expand on this, I just need more grout. I think we can also be slightly wasteful and make a few plate casts. Also, someone left me a comment that I can do it like this, but it doesn't work like that, because you have to right click with this one and you can't place this one down. So with the chopping board it works, but with the anvil it does not. And the reason that I said we're going to be wasteful is because we need to waste 5 copper plates and also 10 gold ingots for the cast. But it is perfectly okay because now we should be able to make iron gear. Oh, we also have access to iron chests. That's nice. I think we should go mining really soon. Let us make 5 upgrades because the storage situation is more important than armor. Oh, we can also make the gold. This is the best upgrade ever. I'm not a fan of the color, but it literally doubles our storage. I also made additional plates and we should be able to get iron gear because this bronze one looks like leather and this one is much nicer. Why am I holding a flower? Sorry. I wanted to go on a very small session of mining and I was thinking before we go we need to make a few changes. We're going to make an excavator. Also bronze gives you dens, so I would assume it will increase the durability. Yes. I wish I would have changed these ones to bronze as well, but it's okay. We just use iron. There is also something that I want to check. If we add lava and water, will we get obsidian? No, it would have been nice because we could have gone to the nether, but unfortunately we can't do that. If we want to progress to the next age, we need to get into Astral Sorcery a little bit more. And for that we're going to need rock crystals. I do remember that I saw a rock crystal deposit somewhere around here. Oh, this is iron. Iron is good. I don't know if I told you or not, but these sulfur torches from the Betweenlands are the best. And I'm gathering some marble because if we want to get into Astral Sorcery, we're going to need a lot. And we just got iron. Also, I just remembered that some of you guys were telling me that if I want to go mining, I should bring a totem and use haste. Which seems to be a very good idea. Maybe we should look into that. This is a super huge vein and unfortunately my hammer is breaking. So we need to go back home. I should start investing in a sharpening kit. There has been a slight change. Skeletons now have arrows. I should really start marking stuff on the atlas because I could not find that stupid ore. But I think there was one here, yes. To be honest, that's not really gonna help because this is more than 48 blocks. I mean, we are at Y level 70 and if it's rock crystals, it should be at bedrock. We have found an actually addition cave. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. There's lava here. You know, I just noticed. I could have made a resonating wand, and that would have been easier, but we need an ender pearl and I don't have it. Yeah, it's even recommending us in the quest line, okay. So I have to wait for nighttime and look for an enderman. First off, it was a rainy night, so I had to sleep, so we didn't get any endermen. And secondly, I thought I have a very good idea of gathering some lava buckets and trying to make a portal, but then I noticed in this mod pack, even if we go to the nether, we can't use the items. So at this very moment, we just have a lot of lava buckets. It's not very easy to find endermen. Oh, there's one over there. Yes, we have found one. Don't run away. I want you. Give me a pearl. Nope. There is another one. Will he drop it? Nope. I have killed maybe 5 or 6 endermen and so far no ender dust, no ender pearl, nothing. It seems you can find anything if you're persistent enough. There should be rock crystals, yes. Oh, that's actually not very good because that is basalt, so there's lava over there. Well, nothing is dripping from it, so I'm guessing it's okay to break it. Yeah, that one I'm not so sure, so we break this one. Oops, nope. It's actually a huge vein. It keeps going. I just did one of the most stupid things in my life. I dropped my backpack in lava. I just checked and my backpack is gone forever. The thing is, we didn't have anything important in it. The only important thing was the excavator, which we can make. And I think if we break this one, we will get stardust? Yes, we do. But that's only one. We need more. Is this going to be our lucky night? I hope so. Did you drop something? No. Well, at least we're finding endermen. That's good. Oh, he dropped something. Ender dust. Yes. We go home. And there is another one. He also dropped it. Okay. Very good. So what we got is ender dust. How do we convert it into ender pearl? Oh, we have to smelt it, then use a pan cast. They have changed the recipe because I remember that it used to be a gem. But I would assume if you do not have access to diamonds, then making a gem cast is going to be very difficult. It's a lot of work for getting an ender pearl, but we have one. Oh, we can make 2. I forgot. And it seems that we can craft a resonating wand in a normal crafting table. So that is good. And that was not an advancement. Oh, it is an advancement, but we have to make a constellation paper. Okay, that is fine. Which does not have a crazy recipe. Okay, that's also good. So let me charge our Necronomicon, gather the material, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I think we have everything we're going to need. We even have 5000 PE in our Necronomicon, which is really good. And I did notice that there is a new recipe in order to make parchment using paper, which is incredibly cheap. So the parchment goes in the middle. We only have 1 aquamarine left after this recipe, so we need to go and get more. And we need 2 gold over there, rock crystals, and that should be the recipe. Let's hope it works. All of that for a constellation paper. So which one is it going to be? Evorsio, my favorite one. So now we need to make a light well, which we cannot because we don't have enough aquamarine, so we have to go to the beneath. I was thinking that now that skeletons have bows, this is going to be a real challenge. Yes, it is. What? I was going to say why there are so many creepers. I think if we manage to go a bit more higher up, our chances will be more. What is that? Are you a ghost? I can't kill you, okay. We got a sword upgrade. So many mobs. I think we need to go a little bit more higher up because that was not enough. I did find the aquamarine on this level. The problem with the prospector is that it only works in a straight line. So if I am prospecting this block, that means there's aquamarine exactly on this level. So technically if you're off by 1 block, it's not going to find anything. Yes, aquamarine. Finally, we only managed to get 4, which is nothing. Oh, there's one over here as well. Okay, good. But it seems that each one of them is giving me 1. Last time we got more. I don't know, maybe I was wrong. We have to make a better bridge because if someone shoots me, we're dead. If I am not wrong, the light well is not going to require that much starlight, so we should be able to craft it during the day. And thankfully, we can just use a chisel. I think it's this one? Yes, that is the one, and we can just craft it during the day. Here is one light well, and here is the second one. Since aquamarine is incredibly difficult to find, I think we're just going to burn rock crystals. And that should actually give us more starlight. At least that's how I understood it. The next thing that we need to start crafting is a phosic resonator, which requires a bronze rod. It is perfectly fine. We have bronze, we can make a plate, and we just need to hammer it. Are you a bucket? No, you should be close to a bucket, yes. Our phosic resonator is ready. When you want to do starlight infusion using Astral Sorcery at the start, you only have 2 options. One of them is you have to make it high up in the air, or on top of a mountain. The alternative that you have is to try and find an area where Starlight has high concentrations, and for that you need the Fossick Resonator, and you have to look for it during the night, so it's awesome. By the way, have you noticed how amazing I look on my horse? Anyhow, those areas which have high concentration of Starlight are incredibly rare, and if it's not near our base, then it's not worth our time. So basically what I'm trying to say is that we might never find one. We found one! Next to our home. Okay, we should first get rid of these guys. And I think this should be roughly the center. We just mark it. Yeah, I would say this is a good area. We're going to do it here. Is there a creeper? Yes. Can I use the trumpet? Yes. Doesn't damage him. You leave that stupid horse for 2 minutes and look where he is. Alright guys, I was actually thinking that if I continue to grind for a few more hours, we would be able to finish this age today. But unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. Cause first off, we need to go to the Twilight Forest, and for that we're going to need a star metal ingot. And how do you get a star metal ingot in this mod pack? You need to make the star metal ore, which does have a recipe, and it is a crazy one, because we need to find stardust, and finding stardust is not that easy. But let us assume that by sheer luck I will get the star metals that we're going to need. In order to complete the age, we need to make a coal engine, and this is the recipe, which is crazy because we're going to need gas tiers and Carminite reactor. So basically what that means is that I need to complete the entire progression of the Twilight Forest today, which I don't think is going to happen because that's going to take hours. I mean, with our garbage gear it's going to take hours. If we had a jetpack, life would have been easier. Yes, we have found stardust. Apparently when you break these guys, you will get stardust. We just need one more. Oh, there's one over here. Very good. I don't think we are going to need more rock crystals, but just in case, I'm going to make a pillar so that we can find it later on. I did actually do a ton of exploration and I did manage to find some rustic bees. We just put them in the apiary and they should duplicate over time, so technically we only needed one. Our next order of business is to upgrade this guy. And I'm not exactly sure if we can do this during the day or not, but we are going to try it anyway. Yes, we can. Interesting. Oh, and by the way, this is the area that we have high concentration of Starlight. So maybe that is the reason that we can do this during the day. Okay, does it have to take this long? It's been a while. Oh, it's done. Okay. Cool. So we also need to make the structure for this guy, and for that we are going to need a lot of marble. For the moment it's not going to be a very fancy setup, we're just going to have our Starlight infusion over here, but later on maybe we're going to make a structure for it. Actually I think we're going to need Starlight infusion in this mod pack a lot, so it's better if we make it look nice. So how do we make star metal? We're going to need illumination powder and nocturnal powder. Apparently there is something that we have to craft which is called pile of sand. Then we need to cook some of that in order to get glass shards, and you should also make me a black dye. What are you processing? Bone meal. Okay. Alright guys, I think I have everything we're going to need in order to start making the illumination powder, which is finally ready. I just realized I forgot lapis. For the nocturnal powder, we are going to need a little bit more starlight, so that has to wait. I was also checking and it seems we have not yet unlocked the weak ritual stone from blood magic, so we cannot make it nighttime. It is finally nighttime and we should be able to start making the nocturnal powder. So the more starlight you have, the faster this guy is going to work. That is good to know. And we're going to need a crazy amount of starlight just to make the star metal ore. Look! It's okay, it's going up really fast and we have time until midnight. I just have to not die until midnight. I think we're going to make it. Yes, we can craft it. And maybe in the meantime, I can get some ender pearls. Not both of you, just one, just the one. One by one. We got one. And we have our star metal ore, we just need to smelt it. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our first star metal ingot. I was checking the advancements one more time and it seems that yes, we actually have to go to the Twilight Forest in order to finish everything. But the thing is, I don't want to do it today, I want to start working on a new house. The Minecraft houses are garbage. I mean, this side does not even have a center block. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make the tools that I have lost. I'm going to gather some resources, and then at least we're going to try and make a house. This is just a very small progress update on something incredibly stupid. A genius decided that he likes mud bricks from the Betweenlands for the buildings. And then he came here. We are around 500 blocks from base, I don't have food, and I have been attacked by whites and a tar guy dude thingy. So he's going to harvest the mud, but I don't think he's going to make it back home. On a very positive note, he has sludge. I have a question from you guys. How long do you think it takes to make a house in Minecraft? Multiply that by 10 and that's how much time I had to spend on this garbage. Cause every single block that I have used is incredibly expensive except for the spruce. These moss shingles from the Between Lands were the most expensive block that I have ever made. But it is okay, we finally have a place that we can call home. It just needs a lot of details. Just out of curiosity, can we make shears? Yes. Cause I think we can add some details in order to make it less boring. I don't know, maybe? Obviously it's going to require a lot of work, but for the moment that will do. This door is garbage. This one is less garbage. But you should also try and always remember that I'm not a very good builder. I try, but I'm not being very successful. Yeah, I would say from the inside it does not look that bad. It's okay. Also, since this series started, you guys have been yelling at me that Lash, you can pick up chests. Yes, I did figure it out, but this is the speed that I can walk. Anyhow, I was thinking that whatever time we have left until the end of this episode, we work on quality of life. That's a piranha. Something that we should start making is a bed. And for that we're going to need a lot of sugarcane. Cause in order to make wool, we're going to need blocks of wicker, which we can only make 2, and we need to surround it with fleece. Yeah, my inventory management is not the best, but we are going to need 3 more sugarcane, which we have to wait for them to grow, but in the meantime, I was thinking we start growing some rock crystals. Cause at this very moment our iron sword is doing 7.5 hearts of damage, but if we make the crystal sword, that's going to do 14. But for that we're going to need an amazing crystal, which we don't have it yet. So we might as well try to work on it. Yeah, I think we have enough wickers. That is good. So ladies and gentlemen, it took us 5 episodes in order to make a bed. Oh, you can set your spawn. So nice. You know what? Instead of trying to increase the purity of something which is like 40%, we should look for something which is higher, like this one. This is 84%. I keep promising to you guys that I'm going to go slower and I'm going to try and explain what it is that we're going to do, but unfortunately every time that I'm going to do that, I forget. So let us go through this one more time. We are going to need to make a grindstone, and I will tell you why in a moment. Oh, it's ready. Okay. The thing is, whenever you want to play with Astral Sorcery, there are a few things that you have to pay attention to. One of the most important things that you have to pay attention to is the size, purity, and cutting of your crystal. You might notice that a rock crystal has a maximum size of 400, while a celestial crystal has a maximum size of 900. And whenever you want to make a tool from this mod, or you want to make a collector crystal, or you want to do a ritual, those attributes matter. For the crystal sword, it is telling us that the maximum size is 1800 if we use 2 celestial crystal, because those have a bigger size. So previously what I was trying to do is that I was trying to increase the size of the rock crystal using a bucket of starlight. So if you drop it in, it will absorb the starlight and it will get bigger. Once it reaches maximum size and you drop it again into starlight, there is a chance that it will break into 2 crystals and one of them will have a higher purity. And that's basically how you improve purity. And you might notice that we started with 85% purity and now we have 91. And if you want to increase the cutting, all you have to do is that you're going to use the grindstone. And don't overdo it because it will break. So what we're going to do is that we're not going to go with a rock crystal, we're going to also drop a stardust inside so that we will get a celestial crystal. And the status on this celestial crystal, which has to grow to tier 4, is random. So it does not really matter which kind of rock crystal you drop in. Basically what I'm trying to say is that you can throw a garbage one. Anyhow, we need to wait for this one to grow and that could take a very long time. But I was also hoping that in the meantime, we can make some leather. Now that we have access to iron, we can also make a far better blade. This is a very boring process, so I want to just make leather in bulk. And the reason that we're going to need a lot of leather is that we have access to iron backpacks, which is going to require wool as well. Okay. I didn't know that. I was hoping that maybe we can make 2 of these iron backpacks, but unfortunately it's incredibly expensive, so I don't think we can make 2. And we are doing all of this in preparation for the Twilight Forest. And going to the Twilight Forest brings us to our next order of business. And our next order of business is to try and get the alchemic condenser from rustic so that we would be able to brew potions. But before doing that, we're going to make actual hoppers. Because I really hate wooden hoppers. So I can just put you down here. I think. Oh yeah, that works. Okay. I did not know that, because it doesn't look like this is an input. So me is thankful. I just remembered that I forgot to make him path blocks. Now it's much better. If I'm not wrong, we should have everything we're going to need in order to make the condenser. We need only 1, don't waste it. And we're going to need 2 of these retorts. And I would like to remind you that we cannot make the upgraded version because apparently we do not know what a nether brick is. Next episode we are also going to make another house so that we will have our potion area, but for the moment that will do. This garden looks funny. We also need to craft bottles, and I did check, and the only way that you can make bottles is through the smeltery. And that's it. Anyway, the potions that we can make are not the best, but we can make night vision, we can make speed and regeneration. Alright guys, just before we wrap up the episode, I think we should be able to make an iron backpack. So the basic backpack, the iron backpack, and gold. And that's a lot of storage. Anyway guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Next episode, we are going to go to the Twilight Forest and hopefully we will finish this age. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye. Oh, and by the way, I'm not exactly sure this thing is fully grown or not, so we're going to deal with it next episode.